I'm a full-time eBay seller who grosses over $300,000 a year on eBay alone, and I wouldn't be able to reach those numbers if it wasn't for being able to buy inventory in bulk. Yes, I like to go to garage sales. Yes, I like to go to the flea market, and I will even go in the occasional thrift store, but I don't believe I could grow to the numbers that I'm at now without being able to buy items in bulk. And I utilize online auctions to get large amounts of inventory at once so I can spend more time on the day to day of the listing and shipping aspect of the job instead of going out driving around all day trying to find inventory. And this is how I do it. I utilize online auctions from the comfort of my living room so I can just be at home in the evening with my feet propped up, a laptop in my lap, watching a show on Netflix while sourcing inventory. There's a lot of online auction websites, and if you just go to Google and type in online auction sites, there are going to be hundreds of them, and different auction houses will use different sites. The one that's the most commonly used in my area is a website called Hibid.com. So you're going to go to Hibid.com, and then you're going to search by zip code. That's going to bring a radius of all the online auctions in your area, because bidding on auctions outside of your area is going to involve you paying for shipping, and that's going to eat into your profits. So I look in my local area. I usually search 50 miles, but if you're willing to drive farther, you can search in a larger radius as well. Okay, so you searched in your area, you found an auction you like with lots of items that you want to bid on. You want to find an auction that, one, has lots of items that you want to bid on, that you think you can win, to make it worth your time to drive to that location to pick up your items. You don't want to go spend an afternoon driving to a location to go pick up 1, 2, 3 items. My goal is always to try to pick up a truck bed's worth of items or a back of an SUV full of items, just to make that trip worth it. That way you're sourcing lots of inventory with very minimal time. So you found that auction. You want to go look at the auction terms. A lot of them have a very, very specific pickup window when you can pick your items up. You want to know when that time is, because most of them are very strict. If you miss that pickup window for your pickup, you forfeit all your items and your money, and you don't want to do that. So you want to read the terms and understand when their pickup time is. Another term you want to look for is the word buyer's premium. Almost every single online auction house is going to charge a buyer's premium. And for you guys who do not know, a buyer's premium is a percentage added to the cost of your item. It's not uncommon to see 10, 15, 18% buyer's premium. So if you win an item for $10 and the buyer's premium's 15%, you want to factor that into your bidding price. So if there's a $50 item and you're comfortable paying $15 for it, or even $20 for it, you want to factor in that buyer's premium in what you're bidding so you don't get stuck eating into your margins. Another thing you want to look for is sales tax. Some of them will charge sales tax, some of them won't. You also want to factor that into your bidding price. Another term you want to look for is the buy at your own risk. This isn't your standard retailer. You're not buying on eBay. Most of the time, there is no recourse if you're unhappy with the item's condition or a flaw that you didn't notice or didn't see. So you want to bid with caution, because there's no way typically to get a refund on your item. So when you're bidding in auctions, it's the wild, wild west. You want to do your due diligence. And sometimes they'll have a preview date where if you want to go in on a certain day and look at the items, you're more than welcome to go in there and look at the items, look for any flaws, test anything you want. So you want to see if they offer that and if it's worth your time going to see it. Another term you may not be familiar with if you're not used to bidding on online auctions is the term soft close. And this will also be mentioned in the auction terms. On eBay, when you're bidding on something, it's whoever bids last at the highest amount wins it. Most of the time on these online auction websites, they use a soft close, which means if someone bids in the last minute of the auction, it may add a minute or two to the end of the auction, and their exact parameters will be mentioned in those auction terms I mentioned. So just keep in mind that there will be a soft close on most of these. So if you think you're going to go in and bid in the last second and try to snipe an item, it's just going to add a minute or two to the end of it, and everyone else is going to have a chance to get in and rebid again. Keep in mind, most of these are going to have a soft close. I want to get into a little bidding strategy. A lot of times, these auctions will be up on Hibid or competing sites for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, where you can bid on the items at any time during this period. I personally do not recommend bidding a day early, 2 days early, 3 days early, a week early. I personally bid very end of the auction close every single time. And the reason why, and a lot of people won't tell you this, but I used to sell in Hibid, so I know this is true. The auctioneer can see your max bid. So say we're bidding on this ink pen and it's only sitting at $1. You can put in a bid for $10 and then the system will automatically bid at the bid increments for you. But the auction house on their end can see that you put a $10 max bid on this pen. So even though it's saying you're winning at $1, you're willing to bid up to 10. They can see that. Now a shady auction house, they can put a $9 bid in and automatically run you up to your top bid. So I advise against bidding early just to keep the auction houses honest. Another thing you want to look for in the auction terms is the bid increments. Some auction houses will set their increments to $1 at a time, so you can bid $1 at a time. Some of them will set them for $2.50 at a time. So if the item's sitting at $5, the next bid has to be $7.50. Some of them will set it for $5. So if it's sitting at $15, the next bid has to be $20. Usually that's always in the auction terms, and that's something you should look for before bidding so you know exactly what you're getting into. Okay, so you want some items and you're ready to go pick your stuff up. Keep in mind, if you want a lot, you may want to bring some help. A lot of times there's not going to be anybody there to help you. I would bring totes if you bought a lot of smalls, totes, boxes, something to carry your stuff in, because a lot of times they won't provide it. If you bought some glassware or some breakables, take some wrapping paper or bubble wrap, because that's not going to be provided. Just be prepared that sometimes it's going to be a little work at pickup, and sometimes there's only going to be 1 or 2 people working there at the auction house, and 10 buyers are going to show up at once. So just be patient and just come prepared. Make friends with your local auctioneers. I have several that I buy from. I have some that I've made close relationships with, and they know what I like to buy because I buy so often, where I'll get a text say, "Hey Sean, we got this in this next auction," and they'll send me a link. If you can make some friends in this world and have them on your good side, it's going to lead to some buying opportunities that you may have missed, because they're going to bring it to your attention, because they're going to know what you like if you continue to be a loyal customer. Sometimes if you're a really good loyal customer, they'll be a little flexible in those pickup times because they want you to keep buying in their auctions. And sometimes I'll get to an auction and they'll be like, "Hey Sean, see that pile over there? You got no bids, go and take whatever you want out of there." Just because I've been friendly, I've made contacts, and it's just a win-win all the way around, being friendly and getting along with your local auctioneers. One final bonus point, what's really nice about online auctions is usually they're up for a couple weeks before that last day where you have to bid. So you can get in there, look at the catalog, take the time to go into eBay, check the sold comps on everything. So you already have done your homework when it comes time to bid. At a live auction, something may pop up and you're trying to do an eBay comp search real quick and it doesn't work out because it's going so fast. With these online auctions, you have days to prepare. Sometimes I will go and make an Excel spreadsheet of everything I'm interested in. Then I can put in another column the eBay comps of what it's going to sell for. In another column, I can put what I'm willing to bid with the buyer's premium and sales tax figured in, So it's almost like a mindless process for me when it comes time to bid. I know, hey, I want to buy this. I can bid X amount because I'm going to make this amount. And so it's just a little thought. You can plan ahead and really have your ducks in a row. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful at all, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build a YouTube following, and I try to put good information out there all the time. I also have a podcast where I interview some of the best resellers in the country. I release that every Monday right here on this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching again. Thanks.